Hello everyone and good morning. I'm very happy to be here once again this morning with you. But I would like just to talk about three things. I want to talk about the trade barrier. I want to talk about export and import, and I will finalize with resources. So allow me to start with a trade barrier. In international business, those are concepts that are used in international business. So trade barrier is any taxation, is any requirement, the money that a new country may require from a product or a service which is coming in a new country. So if, for example, there is a product or a service or any equipment which is coming from another country, so a country can make a trade barrier just to get money from those equipment. It's like a taxation that a country can ask for those countries to pay so that it may help its economy to grow up, and it's a way to boost the economy of any country. It's also the trade barrier can also facilitate the economy or the country which is exporting those products to see what will be their advantages, because if, for example, they will be taxed a lot of money, so before sending their product or service to that country, they have to think carefully what will be their gain or benefits. So that we call trade barrier. Secondly, when we talk about import and export, the import is any thing that we also receive as a country. We also gain from other people. So that is the import. It's like we can have some people who are trained, some people who are educated, some services, some resources which are coming from other country, and our country, we are in need of those materials. So we import them, because once we get or receive those materials, they are going to facilitate, to help our country. They are going to be used by our people, our autochthon, and you will see some importation, they are coming, and after a time there is a change, there is maybe infrastructures which will be built by those importation. Maybe our GDP, gross domestic product, will grow up because of importation and so on. So we export now, for example, other country, other continent, other nation, other people, they are in need of our equipment, our machine. So we can export, for example, our people who are trained. We can export, for example, computer. We can export, telephone, and also our GDP will grow up because we are getting money from our exportation. And I believe it's a good deal. It's a good deal in the way that if ACME can apply like exportation and importation, I believe it can increase the economy of this organization, but also they can also have a good strategy which will be facilitating them to be in contact with other people around the world. Because if, for example, like the example of importation, I've seen many people who are coming in DRC because they are in need of raw material like gold, Colombo tantalite, like diamond, and so on. So the factory around the world and people who are developed, they don't have those materials, they don't have those raw materials, so they can come just to import those materials from DRC, and once they return there, so they can fabricate things and equipment which can be used globally, like a computer, telephone, and so on. But things like uranium, I think they cannot be exported because they have to go straight in the goods nation where there is security. Because if, for example, they are going in the hands of terrorism or people who are not morally they are not good, they are like a bad nation. Maybe they can fabricate bad things which can destroy, like a atomic bomb, and so can destroy the world. So there is something that we can export and other things that we can't export, but we can export if there is a good deal. So let me finalize with resources. And resources, we have material resources, we have human resources, and also we have financial resources. So human resources is any person, is a laborer or a person who can produce something, who can be able to work hard and produce something. So that we call human resources. And those human resources, they are needed everywhere, in many organizations, many countries, continents. So if you have a well-trained resources, if you have a well-educated, moral human resources, I think they are good, because you will produce doctors, you will produce teachers, you will produce an engineer, you will produce nurses, you will produce many people who are going to be used in many countries, in many continents, and that is a great resources. So secondly, when I talk about material resources, if for example you have a good factory in your country, the factory which can be able to produce computer, telephone, I don't know, many things, I think those material, they can be also in need of many countries in the world, and you may export them, you may send them to other countries, and they can help those countries. And finally, maybe financial resources. So you can't work in any company, in any organization, in any country, and without paying people. You have to pay people. You have to motivate people, so that tomorrow again and after tomorrow, they may be coming and responding positively and effectively, because you are giving them what they deserve. You are giving them what they are working for. So material resources or financial resources is very, very important for any country, organization, if you want to motivate your worker. So I believe if ACME can apply those strategies, those concepts which are used in international business, like a trade barrier, human resources, financial resources, and also the material resources, but also if ACME can apply also imports and export, that will be great. And I believe it can be a great and a big organization, respectful organization, which is responding to the needs of its population, but also responding to the needs of the world. Many countries in the world, they need those organizations who can apply those kind of concepts. And I believe ACME is a big organization, and also if it wants to be known, so please apply those 3 things and you will be successful. Thank you very much for your time.